Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Java Game Development, and in this episode I'll just start us off where we left off. And as you can see, we have our screen, our image, and our FPS on the bottom. You also see that I kind of made the image a bit smaller. That's because it was just too big. It doesn't really matter. You can also see that it doesn't have a title. And yeah, let's just fix that real quick. Let's make a private string, and we'll just go ahead and call this title. It's gonna be called Epic Game, because we're so original, man. Alrighty, so now we're just gonna put a getter for this. So we'll make it a string getter, obviously, because it's a string, and we'll make that return our title. Simple enough. Okay, now in our window class, what we want to do is set the title for the frame. So go ahead and do that. And then you get the screen title by calling that method. Okie dokie, now this should work. And there you have it. It says Epic Game now. Coolio. So the way that our loop works is that it will render the game and then it will update the game. So render, update, and it'll kind of just do this forever and ever and ever as fast as it can. And that kind of doesn't help out, so we're just gonna put a sleep in here. It takes in milliseconds as parameter, so we'll put that at 6. Cause yeah, 6 is good. Then we gotta surround it in a try catch. This way it kind of waits a little bit. It takes a little break, and this will lower our frame rate significantly, but that's okay. You don't really need that much frames anyways, and you can always mess around with it later. So how do we check this if we don't have fraps or something? I'm gonna show you right now. We'll make an int. It's an int. We'll call it FPS. We'll set it to 0 to begin with. Doesn't really matter. Okay, let's go down here. We'll go ahead and draw it out first so we can kind of see how it goes. So we'll set the color, the font, pretty simple stuff. Make this red. Okay. Font. We'll make a new font actually. So the font that I like to play with a lot or use most of the time is Dialog. Just because you'll never get like an error that it's not there. Make this bold, and we'll go ahead and put this at 18. Why not? And now we draw the string. So we're just gonna draw like a string. You have to concatenate. I think that's how you say it. You just gotta make sure you put a little string before your FPS, and we'll put this. Now the positioning is a little bit weird with strings. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. I'll figure it out, but I'll give you an example. If we put this at like 5, it doesn't do it like images, like it starts out at the corner. It does some weird thing. I'll show you. As you can see, it's like kind of cut off. It should be like a perfectly visible, but for some reason it doesn't do it. I'll figure it out later, but for now we'll just put it at 20. It's kind of just, yep, there we go. Now it's perfectly there. You see, it does this with all kinds of strings, so don't worry about it. Okay, so now how are we gonna define this? So first thing we're gonna do is we make a long, and we'll do this to check the last time that we updated the frame. So we'll call this last time FPS check. You know what? Let's just make it short and sweet. Let's go ahead and just call it last time checked. That should work out for us. And we'll set this to system.nanotime. And what this does is just gets the current time in nanoseconds. So Anyways, we just gotta add a frames variable. This is just gonna keep track of how many frames have passed since the last update. You'll see in a little bit. So what it's gonna do, it's gonna render, and then it's gonna update the game, and then it's gonna sleep, and we'll call this a frame. So after that, this is where we do like our check. So if system dot nano time, so if it's now minus the last time we checked, this let me see, there we go. So if that's equal to or greater than 1 second, which is, it's 1,000,000,000 nanoseconds. So we'll put another couple zeros in here. Let me count them. Okay, and we'll add an L at the end because we're fancy like. Okay, so if that's true, if it's been a second since the last time we updated the frames, we're gonna, what are we gonna do? Let me think. Okay, brain fart. We'll just update the frames. And wait. Okay, sorry about that. No. You want to do that beforehand. So we'll update the frames up here. And then okay, we'll set the FPS equal to the amount of frames if it's been 1 second. And then we'll reset the frames. And we'll set the last time the FPS was checked, we'll set that to now. So it would be system.nanotime. And that should work. Our frame rate, our little FPS counters up here, you can see it. You can change the color to anything you want. And it's, you know, for the most part accurate. It's not going to be as good as the Fraps one, because I think that does it like a bit differently. But it's for the most part like really accurate. For those of you who don't have Fraps or anything and want to keep track of your FPS, this is a good way to do it. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys have a question or just a suggestion, please leave a comment below. Don't forget to take those extra 2 seconds to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.